What's going on, Libra? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of April 2024. So in this reading, Libra, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the month of April 2024, Libra. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for this month. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Libra. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and see what is going on here for you. Overall, it actually does look like it's a really great month for you. It looks like things are developing in terms of commitment with a lot of people in your life. This could be a lot of new friend groups or communities that are opening up for you. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards contain the themes that you're going to be dealing with for April. And the first two cards, you have Leo, the extrovert, and you have Aquarius, the visionary. Okay, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which has to do with random things happening, a lot of innovation, futuristic thinking. And then Leo is ruled by the sun, which is warm energy, and it's very social energy. It's like adolescent energy. And so the interesting thing here I sense for you is that, there could be a lot of random new friends, or there could be a random way that you become more social here in your life, okay? Because the interesting thing about this axis is that Leo is opposite the sign of Aquarius. And it generally has to do with things that are more spontaneous. When we think of the axis between like Gemini and Sagittarius, it has to do more so with like gathering knowledge, learning it from a book, reading about it, and then implementing it into a well-structured philosophy. When we're looking at more so the Aquarius-Leo axis, it's more like Albert Einstein getting struck with lightning and having a random insight that then leads to clarity. And I feel like that's more the frequency that's coming in for you. Many of you, this will have to do with community and your money as well as what I'm getting. But this could be a theme for you. It's almost like when you are walking down the street or you're scrolling on Instagram, you are going to synchronistically come across, I feel, people that are going to forever change your life, or it could be people that you even decide to lead. I feel like there's a brilliant idea for you about you actually being a facilitator that is going to connect people, that actually could lead to increased finances for you. But here's the thing. The Leo-Aquarius axis is all about random, innovative happiness and change. So I feel the first theme for you is that happiness may not come, transformation may not come in the way that you have read in like a MA Psych textbook. You know what I mean? And part of the reason that many of you love me on this channel is that my personal brand of delivery is very much so related to the Aquarius Leo axis, where I don't come in with an agenda. And the beauty of it is that I just get like hit with downloads, I get hit with realizations as if I am Albert Einstein flying a kite, and then the lightning strikes the kite, and I have knowledge about how to produce electricity. And that's how I live my whole life. I don't really, there's just a lot of downloading that happens. And I feel like that's what's going to be happening for you, but it could have to do with other people. There could be a random meeting of minds here. There could be some sort of random event. Now, the next card that you have is the second house of values and resources. And this is the house of knowing your own worth. It's like your own, do you value yourself or not? But it's also the house of money. And it's the house that is ruled by, it's the Taurus house. So I feel in some sort of way that there's some sort of thing to do with extroverted, like being extroverted Leo, being a visionary Aquarius, that leads to different resources and values. Some of you are going to have random insights, or you're going to have a random social encounter that changes your own personal, the way that you value yourself. Okay, or for some of you, you could have an idea. I'm getting it's a very like getting struck by lightning this month. You can have an idea that actually helps you become more extroverted and community oriented. Leo, extrovert, Aquarius, community, the humanitarian, that leads to second house resources and values, a way of maybe making money from that and helping people in that way. That could be what's going on here. I just had, speaking of flashes of insight, like as I'm talking to you, I'm getting hit with like other things to say, but then I'm still on the point that I'm making, and I like literally lost it. So hopefully the point that I was trying to make will come back. Okay, here. Hopefully it will come back. But there could be this element of I don't know. Once again, that's actually really annoying. But we're gonna, and see, this is an example. You're gonna have to go with the flow this month, and not try to have it all figured out here, okay? But let's just go ahead and get the tarot. It's actually really annoying. Whatever. So pay attention to synchronicity this month, I would say. Now, your opportunity is the Ace of Swords. And this is the sword of truth, and it's really the sword of mental clarity and a new intellectual beginning. Now, you want to talk about how to make money or how to improve values and resources. It could be all about, how to solve a problem. You know what I mean? I feel like you're going to get hit with waves, whether it's your own personal problem or whether it's a problem for a lot of other people. You may be your opportunity is to have a flash of insight that leads to problem solving. Because instead of saying like, how do I like make $1 million, you should really say like, how do I solve 1 million problems? How do I solve a problem? I feel like you're just like very much so in that problem solver energy. And we talk about like Aquarius, which is Uranus, and then you have the Sun, Leo. If I was dealing with someone in the second house, if I was doing a birth chart reading for someone and I saw Uranus conjunct the Sun in the second house, I would hire that person as a troubleshooter. I would hire that person as a problem solver. So your opportunity is to somehow be a very innovative problem solver, but it will be new. There's an opportunity for a new beginning in your life when it comes to the realm of thought or even conflict resolution as well, because the swords have to do with conflict and the mind. So that's very good here. I like to see that. Definitely be on your toes. Now, you have the Lovers card in your challenge. And, this can be, once again, I'm getting, the Lovers card doesn't always represent a relationship. Sometimes it has to do with the choice to love yourself or to not. And I feel like there's going to be an experience that you're having that is going to allow you to slowly but surely value yourself more than you ever had. To really value, and here's the flash of insight that I got before that I went away. What I genuinely feel from this reading is that you're going to have an encounter with someone or a synchronicity that will completely change the way that you value yourself. Let me give you the clearest example about this Leo Aquarius second house thing that I've experienced. Ready? Okay. So one of the biggest moments that ever changed my life is I remember I had this mentor at the time, and I was like living in Las Vegas, and I was really struggling to know my value. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for this spiritual coaching. I don't know if I'm ready to open tarot readings. And like the mentor was like, dude, like you've helped me. And then he explained something that forever changed my life. And here's how it is. So some of you will feel guilty for trying to, or some of you will have reservations about a unique way that you can provide value to the world and others, a way that you can solve a problem. But the way that the matrix is set up is that most of us will discount these brilliant ideas because the whole matrix is designed for all of us to be consumers and not producers. Now, I know that I'm like weighing you, I know I'm like teasing you, but now let's get the clear example. So the moment that my life changed is like I was feeling guilty for like charging however much I was going to charge for a personal session with me. I was really like, I don't think I'm worthy of that. I don't think I'm worthy of that. And like my mentor just looked at me and he's like, bro, when you go to McDonald's and you buy a Coca-Cola, which is full of corn syrup and poison, and you pay $5 for it, and you buy, maybe some people like it, it's a guilty pleasure. I'm not judging you if you like a Coke. If I'm having a dinner, I could have a Coca-Cola every once in a while. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. And I know that I've like literally lost some of you because it's taking so damn long for me to get this insight out, but bear with me. He was like, bro, go to McDonald's and buy a Coke. Do you feel guilty for that? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why would do they feel guilty for selling you the Coke? And I was like, what are you even talking about? He's like, so let me get this straight. You're going to feel guilty for offering a service that is going to change someone's life by interacting with your energy. But you will go to McDonald's, buy a glass of poison, and think nothing of it. And I was just like, and like my whole life changed forever in that moment. It was a flash of insight that made me value myself. Do you value Coca-Cola and a McNugget? And do you value a Big Mac over your own service, over your own idea? No, you shouldn't. So the whole matrix wants us to be all consumers and to not produce anything. And in the world of the information age, it's so easy to just say, well, I just won't do that. I'll just chill. But there's a new commitment coming into your life that you may have to be patient with, and it's going to involve a lot of people. But I'm telling you, there's a brilliant idea that you can act on that is going to alter your own worth, or it may be something that you actually change how people value themselves, such as that moment. And I was like, wait, I don't feel guilty for buying poison, but then I feel guilty for marketing my services that actually raise people's vibration. Hell no. And so it just changed my life. And I feel like that's what's going on for you. Now, with the Lovers card being in your challenge, some of you are going to be having an experience in love that's going to take some time. There's a developing love thing. There could even be something developing as a business partnership or a friend that turns into love. Now, here's why I say that. In your overall general energy, Libra, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and also the Three of Cups in your overall general energy. So this is a card of a choice, very synonymous with the Lovers card, the number 2 being in your challenge. The Hierophant has to do with commitment, tradition, orthodoxy, and the Three of Cups has to do with a positive social gathering, a celebration, and it could be a positive group commitment that you have going on here. And the Hierophant is also about impersonal guidance. The Hierophant is about someone who is a leader in some sort of spiritual way. And I really feel like for many of you, you're being actually called to step up and be a leader to bring people together with the Leo energy, the Aquarius energy, and the second house. Now, for some of you, if you're not ready to be the leader, then this is going to be about you joining the group and actually accepting impersonal guidance. This is going to be something that you randomly, there's an offering, hey, join this community, and you join it and changes your life forever. Or this could be something that you're setting up with your own brilliant idea. But it will be the sword of truth, and you'll know there's an opportunity having to do with commitment, leadership, guidance, and other people, that when it's there, your opportunity is that your heart and your mind are going to sing and rub their hands with joy and glee. You're going to know that this is the thing that I need to do this month. The opportunity will present itself to you, but I would suggest that it might be pretty random, and you can't necessarily prepare for it. So that's why a lot of people get depressed as well, is because they think in their mind, it has to go, the only way that I'm going to be successful is if it goes according to my plan. And then when you start taking action according to your plan, and then you don't get the results that you want, you slack off then. You say, oh, I must not be good enough, it must not work. You slack off. But the great ones, the chosen ones, the people who are super successful, they always prepare becoming their greatest version, knowing that the next opportunity is just around the corner. And with all this random energy and all this crazy energy coming in for you, it might be one of those months where something random comes in that changes your life. Now, I would be saying maybe it's more of a developmental phase of an idea, or a developmental phase of you entering into a group, where maybe it's not something that you commit the rest of your life to, because in April, we have a Mercury retrograde going on from the 1st or the 2nd of April to like the 25th of April, around then, to where Mercury retrograde is a period where communication can go haywire. You can make decisions that backfire. So I would say, like, be gentle with this, but trust your intuition when you find the brilliant idea or the group that you need to join, or the relationship. Now, when it comes to your challenge, when it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Strength card, the 5 of Swords, and also the 4 of Wands here. So this is definitely about overcoming, moving through a difficult situation with grace. But the 5 of Swords has to do with a destruction lust energy. It's someone who's like a pillager. It's someone who it's someone who plays a zero-sum game. And it's someone who does not take into account the best interest of others and is a selfish change energy. And you also have the 4 of Wands here, which has to do with the card of soul family, or a rite of passage here. And so I feel for many of you, this also could be self-sabotage in some sort of way. But with this being here and what you don't see coming, it could feel like you have a monkey on your back, where there's definitely something to where you're going to have to dig deep in order to make changes. It's interesting to me that the 4 of Wands, having to do with other people and celebrations, would be right underneath the 3 of Cups, which has to do with other people and celebrations. So I would actually say by the end of the month, you're gearing up for a very special thing. Like from April 20th to like the last day of April, I feel like there's going to be a positive group interaction with you. But up until then, it may be feeling like you're working through your own issues of courage, issues of strength. I can do this. Maybe it's not going according to your plan, and so you self-sabotage. And what you don't see coming, you have a plan, it didn't work, and so you start to throw everything out. And then look, the opportunity came to you. It's like, picture you were a musician, and you were like, all right, I'm gonna release these songs. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm talented. And like, you release the songs on SoundCloud and it gets like 0 views. So instead of that whole rest of from the 2nd, you release the song on the 2nd. It gets no views. You go into a depression where you stop creating. Then on April 20th, you're out in the street and you run into a producer, and somehow, some way, you get an opportunity. But because you slacked off and you got into a depression and you self-sabotaged, now you're going to self-sabotage the new opportunity. So that's why we say in this reality, it doesn't matter what happens. Circumstances do not matter. Only your state of being matters. What you do now echoes on to eternity. I feel like in what you don't see coming, there's going to be something that throws you off when it comes to your original plan not working out. But you have to be able to go with the flow. You have to be able to adjust, to change on the fly. Imagine Albert Einstein, or whoever Thomas Edison, the guy was, had his kite, and he's like, oh my God, my kite got struck by lightning, and electricity is only created through what my doctorate professor told me, where you must combine the element of lithium and extravagance together in order to create electricity. So I'm just going to, that must have been an anomaly, me creating electricity that way. No, you idiot! You know what I mean? So you got to get out of your own head here, is what I would say. And it might feel like it's a lot. This might feel like it's something that you're surrendering to a much more responsibility in your life, especially with the Hierophant being here. There may be responsibilities. In your advice, you have the Hanged Man, the 6 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So in some sort of way, the first thing that I got is actually you surrendering to a victorious lifeline where you take on a lot of responsibility, but it's almost like in a way that's going to be of service, or you take responsibility to really solve a problem. Because look, I always get pissed off about, I actually do. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, the people who, like, a lot of, like, life coaches who are just like, hey, how many clients do you have? You want more clients, bro? I got you, like, on Instagram. Oh, bro, I'll DM you. Oh, look, you're only making this mistake? What do you, like, I've had a lot of people DM me, and they're like, bro, like, you're an idiot. Like, you could be making this much. And I'm like, bro, when I do an hour reading for my client, I put my heart and my soul into that. I'm not here to have a conversation with you to tell you something that you want to hear. That's what it means to take responsibility for your work. Are you aware of the repercussions of the coaching session that you're having on someone or no? This is a general reading. It's a little bit different, folks, okay? And so there could be something where you up your game and you like take more responsibility for your public image, or you surrender to a larger role of responsibility that's not just something that is surface level beneficial. Like, hey, I made 100K this month with my coaching program, but you know what? It's just like, and maybe there's people who are capable of that, and I'm just not capable of that, and I'm not judging people who are capable of that and actually do that. I just think most of the people who do that are just like, I teach Muggle sign language. That ain't that, son. You heard that? That mean run. All right, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, let's just go ahead and start clarifying this. You know, it's almost like you are, because the Hierophant has to do with like tradition. I don't know, Libra. Just it might feel like this is a random, like this month will be full of random change to your values or your money. It could be a brilliant idea. It could be your current public image is what you're changing as well. The Six of Wands has to do in your advice with public victory, and the Ten of Wands has to do with something that feels like too much, and the Hanged Man has to do with surrender. And sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to step forward, and maybe this is a month of you getting a brilliant idea and preparing, and people think you lost. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of like I mean, I remember when I first changed my name to the Autistic Mystic, and everyone was like laughing at me, and like I had to take like a real big public embarrassment of like, what is this guy's name now? I thought he was Austin Reed, the Law of Attraction coach. Now he's the Autistic. Okay, like you might have to go through a period where other people don't understand the changes that you're making, or get very pissed off by the changes that you're making. But like I said, circumstances don't matter. Only your state of being matters, Libra. So let's just see. I mean, why is this here? Why is the Ace of Swords in your opportunity? Whenever you see me do that, by the way, like a lot of the times I'm getting like a random thought, like what am I going to do later? And I'm like, clear the slate. You know what I mean? And other times it's me like stimming. Let's see why the Ace of Swords is here. That's why I do that, by the way. I don't think it's a good idea for autistic. I don't think it's a good idea to like repress your like stimming. I just don't really. Now, obviously, when you're in presence and you read The Power of Now 100 times, you'll probably stop stimming. But most autistic people are not going to know about that. You have the and the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Emperor and the Justice card. Literally, I think all 3 air signs got the Justice card in their opportunity. And this is about good karma, balance, control, and you really taking responsibility. I feel like this is something about you taking responsibility for your karma, you taking responsibility and bossing up. The Justice card to the Emperor, to the Ace of Swords, this could be a brilliant idea that you, with your own willpower, it may have to do with an element of masculine energy. You know, Libra is cardinal air. It's like the go-getter of the air signs. So there could be something about you really taking control in order to bring justice and harmony into your life in the form of a knowing. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning to your thought. The Justice card is about bringing balance to the realm of thought. But then the Emperor is about like control of like even your physical reality. And so something big is going on here. You know, let's just get a little bit more information. Let's clarify why the Lover's card is in your challenge. Why is the Lover's card in your challenge? Don't ask me why. Just trying to let it sit here. I felt like those cards were meant to come out, but I don't know. Just give me 1 minute. Why is the Lover's card in your challenge? Could have to be a choice between two different things that you love. The Lover's card is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles here. And, you know, this could have to be like, maybe you have to give up something that you love in order to take a new physical action. You know, this also could have to do with a relationship suffering as a result of a new physical endeavor that you're going to experience here, is what I really feel. There could also be for some of you, there's going to be a new relationship that kind of blends love and work, or there could be something where you meet someone within a group. Like, let's say you go to let's say you're a single person and you join like an astrology community. You could meet your soulmate through like a very genuine group of people who want to study astrology, but then you both happen to be single and it works out. You know, there could be something about like business and love combining, but it is your challenge. And maybe because there's definitely something about like kind of like waiting here a little bit, and by the end of the month things will be going faster. But I don't know, Libra. Let's just clarify why the Hierophant is here in your overall general energy. Yeah, this could be something that happens on random. I'm telling you right now. Hold on. Yeah, the Hierophant is clarified by the Knight of Wands and also the Eight of Pentacles here. So this could be something where you don't, it could be like, I'm going to go to the water today to clear my mind. And then like you meet or like you get an idea there. You know, like Albert Einstein or someone said like the best ideas come to me like in the shower. Like when I'm relaxing. Like you could be a mathematician doing the equations all day in your head and then you get flashes of insight. And like, you know, imagination is more important than knowledge. And if I'm going to leave you with something, like with the Leo Aquarius, imagination is more important than knowledge this month. True teaching is not an accumulation of knowledge, but consciousness going through successive stages of awakening. And I feel like it's like some sort of commitment or new work opportunity that comes to you out of the blue. You know, the Knight of Wands, very spontaneous. It could be something that, you know, your challenge is like you start to do something that you love, or for some of you, if you've been doing something that you love but it's not really helpful, you start to change it. You know, I just feel like you better be ready for the unexpected here, Libra, is what I would really say, especially when it comes to your work. Yeah. All right. Let's just get some advice for you. Let's get some advice. Let's clarify why the Hanged Man is here in your advice. Now, this might require a sacrifice. The Hanged Man is first of all clarified by the Five of Cups, which usually has to do with sadness, could be potential addiction, but it's really to do with emotional change. You know, the Cups has to do with emotions, and the number 5 has to do with change. So whenever we're going through a deep emotional change, it can obviously bring up sadness. Like even when it's something good, you know, it can just be like, oh, I gotta give this up, all right. It's kind of what I feel it is for you, because it's something better is coming in, more reliable. You have the 9 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles here when it comes to the Hanged Man as well. So I feel like as well, the change could be your plan that you had, because here's the thing. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who has a plan. They're like, I am going to enter the division and I'm going to clean out the division. I've studied every opponent. I know their weakness and I will shatter every. And the 9 of Cups is also someone kind of like sitting back as if everything worked out according to their plan. And even if it's a synchronistic plan, but it's all clarifying this, which changes the energy. And I feel like you need to surrender your plans. Now, I wouldn't be too quick to change course completely. This may be a month where things are very important, things are happening on a spiritual level that you need to let marinate a little bit. I would say as a responsible astrologer to be careful about making any seriously changes this month. I would be careful of it. It may be something where something is marinating, a new idea, new people that you know you're going to be more involved with than you are this month. But I feel like there's an energy here of actually you stepping up and really believing in, you know, it goes back to that thing of the value. Do you value yourself enough to trust your intuition, to trust your hunches, and to give up being overworked and underpaid? It's like, remember, I was feeling guilty for charging for a coaching session. My mentor's like, go to McDonald's, bro. And I was like, wait, that's so stupid. You're right. And so there could be something about, for some of you, giving up the burden, you know, being overworked and underpaid. That frequency is going away, because once you know your worth, it's up to you to set your own price in this life. No one's going to do it for you. Act like a king, act like a queen in order to be treated like one, but know that you are actually that. But for others of you, it's going to be more something about you actually taking on responsibility in order to solve a problem. Because let's leave you with this. Like I said, there's a lot of people in my DMs trying to have me do like coach like whatever, 200 clients in a month. And me as a practitioner, I'm like, bro, that's not going to work. Everyone's going to get a shell of myself. I can't be 100% present for every single client the way that I need to, the way that I do my thing. Maybe some other people can do it. I'm not actually judging, but I'm giving you this example. So maybe there's something where you'd be like, you need to take on more responsibility and be like, no, like, let me actually help people. Let's not try to like make the most money. Let's try to help the most people. And Justice card, Emperor in your opportunity, be aware of karma. Don't just start a business because it's good for money. Start a business because it's going to help people. You might see people flying by you with their glittering views and everything, but just be careful with what you play with, homie. So I love you, Libra. I think this is going to be a great month. Be ready. Expect the unexpected. I love you.